Give it up for Blue, everybody. This is going to be my easiest interview ever because all I have to do is just say one word and you're going to go, right?
Oh, no. I know, it depends on the word.
Implosion.
Well, the Implosion shows it's about society and the propensity of people to not want to be vulnerable and say what they need and reach out for some support when that's clearly needed. So, and what happens when you refuse to do that, you either become like the paintings that are stuck, you know, in the glaze, or you implode, which is, you know, the story.
One word and I got all that. Did you see what an incredible interviewer I am? One word. Let's see, let's try 2 words and see if I can get more out of you.
All right.
Doll face.
Yeah, well, the dolls they're an allegory for humanity, and it's because they're a societal ideal. So we want to appear as perfect, and who doesn't want to be perfect? I'm absolutely fine, you know. But the truth is that we can sense one another's travail, and so if I come up to you with a sincere heart and say, "Are you okay?" and you, "I'm fine," there's really nothing I can do, you know. But if you're willing to be vulnerable and say, "You know, I could really use some support," then it gives me the opportunity to be helpful. And what happens is that you allow me the opportunity to lift you, and I'm lifted, and we're both lifted. And it's beautiful, it's as it should be, but because everyone needs support sometimes. But when you don't, then there's nothing I can do. I get to watch you be cracked. And that's painful for me. I don't like that.
That was 2 words. Okay, I'm going to go back to 1 word. Scars.
Okay, so the cracks. I was sharing with David that when I began this series and when they sort of like come to you one at a time like paintings do, and when you're done with one, the next one comes, you know. And when I began, I thought that the cracks were the sad stories, you know, and all the terrible things that happens to one as they grow through life. And what I came to realize, you know, I think I heal most and I learn the most at the easel. You know, I really believe in the power of art to heal, and hopefully that happens for the viewer as well. But it's really self-reflective. So I thought that the cracks were the stories. But here's what I noticed. On one hand, you may have a human being who maybe suffered something terrible, like say they were abducted and tortured, and they come back from that. And then on the other hand, you have some nice little boy who's maybe got a weight problem, he's teased all the time and always picked last. Where they become similar is if those 2 individuals who've suffered, one maybe a whole lot more than the other, our judgment, if they both decided after the fact, that means that I don't matter. Crack. The crack isn't the story. The crack is what we say the story meant, what our self-belief becomes. So, and we all have those. So that's what the cracks are. Long enough.
There's lots of cracks.
Lots of cracks, sure.
So implosion, doll face, scars. That's 4 words so far. Small pains.
Yeah, so there are 2 series, there's 2 sub-series. They're all sort of portrait style. They're posing for you, straight on, as you ought to in a nice portrait. The gray ones are the ones that insist they're fine. And they stand in front of you completely a mess, right? And they say, "I'm fine." The ones with the gold background are called nothing to fix, because the truth is, with our scars and our sad stories and all that, if we will quiet the mind and relax and rest into who we actually are, there's nothing to fix. And some might argue that the scars and the cracks might make us more interesting, more beautiful, more unique. So.
They are very beautiful. They are very unique. Now this is the dolls that you're using for models. These are not modern dolls.
No, they are traditional dolls, yeah. Yeah, many of them have been gifted to me. I mean, you make the statement, "Oh, I'm painting dolls," you know, I'm using them as an allegory, and suddenly everybody has a doll to share, and they know that Grandma's doll is special, and they love Grandma's doll, but it's a cracked up mess, and they don't know what to do with it. They're tired of having it in a box, so it goes to my studio. So yeah, I have a collection of dolls that I can shoot from and pose, and they lend me their stories.
Do you have a favorite doll back there?
I do.
I know which
There's
one.
you do, you know which one.
I think you should put NFS on that one, not for sale.
I
I
really,
picked that one out, didn't
I
I?
know.
I picked that one, I go,
You did.
that one's special for some reason.
It is. There's a little Indian doll back there. And when I was 5, I watered some plants for a neighbor, and when she came home from her fancy trip, she let me choose off this table of stuff, her little tchotchkes. And I was 5, so that's little, you know, and I went up to that table and thought, I can really have one, whatever I want. And there was on the table this tiny little plastic Indian. And I'm an adopted girl and I'm Indian, so I snatched that little doll and I wrapped her in my Barbie's robe, and I never ever played with her. I took her out and treasured her and wrapped her back up and put her away. So that's her. But my job is to paint them. That's what, you know, and then they go. Then they have to live their lives. It's like raising children, you know. If you do it right, you don't want to hold on to them in your basement. You want to let them go.
Then they go traveling, off in their world.
Live their own lives.
Really cool stuff. This show that you've done for us today is different from other stuff that you've done. Tell us about some of your other work that we might be familiar with.
I think I'm probably best known for doing the nudes. I've done those for 20 years. They're pastels and they're real expressive, but hopefully accurate, but not everything is said. That's probably what I'm best known for doing. Although I've painted since forever. And it really feels, I love the immediacy of pastel. It's right there, there's no brush in the way, nothing. But painting is just, like Jean-Marc was saying, it's historic. It just feels so good. The creaminess and the smells of the oils and stuff, it brings me back. So I have another series that I've been working on called The 7 Stages of Grief, and they're not done yet. It's been 4 years, but they're great, big, self-reflective pieces about, you know, dealing with trauma and coming out of pain and better. It's all the same. But to me, the painting and being an artist has always been self-reflective, a process of healing, both me and then hopefully the viewer, the collector.
Very cool. You're going to love Implosion. Everybody give it up for Blue Reid, if you would.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed our little chat with our artists. You guys now get a chance to take a look at the red stuff. My name is David Soban, and we do this every second Thursday. Welcome to the Temp. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Maybe we'll see you at Mama Kim's afterwards. And thanks to Rebecca. But this is a great show together.